You understand? And try telling a male child in those days the repercussions that all of this had. Try keeping him on the straight and narrow. My son wanted me to follow. He wanted to follow everything. If he could be led, he was going to follow. One day, I'm hearing that he's a blood. And I'm like, where in the hell, in your nation upbringing, did you even find room in your brain cells to want to be a gangbanger? I told him, do not mistake ghetto centricity for Afrocentricity. I put you on the path to greatness. I was not raising a Negro, I was raising a God. But I told him, wherever you go, there you are. When you're wrong, you stand alone. You stand alone. My son had gotten arrested, and I get a call. Right? I would hang up. They said, you know you're going to get your baby out of that. I said, I know I'm not. I said, I'm going to show him tough love the way he's supposed to be done. You understand? No, I'm not going. I didn't raise you to go into the jail. You understand? I told him, you have no business here in those streets.
When I get up, I'll get there.
My mother used to have us out there. My family involved in drugs, number running. Well, my mother's been in crisis. She's been in federal penitentiary for fraud and extortionist. You understand? When I was 7 years old, she had me as a lookout while she was breaking into locks, getting people's government checks, and she was there. She was terrible. Oh, she was something else. My mother carried a switchblade, would go in, and she would go into the pool hall and let somebody interfere with her. She was going to tell them how she would cut them 2 shirts and shit with her. And she had perfect diction, pronouncing every syllable. She stood almost 6 feet tall. But those streets, and I told my son, I can't stand street life. I don't have you in the street. I'm trying to give you a lifestyle that allows you to get yourself, be social in those streets, but do not, have no direct. You understand? But he had to do, what he was doing. He recently told me that he now wants to start studying lessons. And he wants to keep his wife till he calls him out. He was born in this nation. You understand? Sean his first word was the law. Because that's what I taught him.
Right.
And I told him, I know what you're capable of because I was your first. And, I said, well, okay. That's a new one. He wants to study lessons. And Dorika, that's his wife, she wants to learn too.
Well, yeah, everything comes full circle.
Listen, by any means necessary, I'm right. You understand?
He comes full circle.
So he told me he's watching a Lost Shah on YouTube at dark hair. I said, well, I guess I have to shake a Lost Shah's hand. If he can raise that one, because I thought that he was just dead because he was eating pork. I'm like, how? You grew up in my household. People wanted to switch places with you just so that they could eat my chicken on a daily basis. You understand? You were fed the best from the womb. You understand? From the womb. And then I heard that, okay, they stopped and now they need help. But I guess he had to go through that whole degree of help, and I'm waiting to see if he gets right. I'll recognize it and I will, be thankful if he does. But I said, well, at least it shows me that my efforts were not fully in vain. Because at least he knew where the path was when he chose to go back. long as he don't come in foreign, he goes close to home as he wants to go, you know, try to get me. I'm not trying to go there. This is my time, you know. It's my time. But yes, there needs to be more earth. Brothers need to leave these damn 85% women alone if they will not submit. If they will not submit, leave them where you find them. And get a sister that will. Because you do not have a helper. And the weight rests on the sisters that will do the work. You understand? But you don't have a woman at home that's assisting you in nation building. So how effective can you be in your mission? And everybody wants to criticize the sisters. You understand?
You said you feel like the brother is compromised anything?
I feel like the brothers are slumming.
I like that. I can do stuff.
They're slumming. Because first of all, it's my opinion, and this is my opinion, is that first of all, I bear witness that the black man is by far the greatest being that walks the planet Earth. And because I bear witness to that, people tell me I'm too picky in choosing a man, because I'll stay alone at this point in life before I will compromise and settle.
That's peace.
Because I don't want to commit murder. And what I do not want to go to planes. I'm not a tourist. Do not play with me. I'm an intelligent black woman. The majority of brothers do not value a well-taught earth. They really don't. They want one thing, and the one thing that they want, any woman has.
Yeah. See, the thing is,
They're caught up in that equator. Okay? That's what they're caught up in.
caught up in the earth gravitational pull.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing, right? And I'm glad you said that, sis, because a lot of sisters need to hear it. Right? First thing, brothers got to realize, you got to get in her mind.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, when you making an earth, it's like being a farmer. You got to turn the soil
That's right.
mentally. We ain't talking about that physical shit.
Because at some point you get out of bed.
Exactly.
Running water.
If that shit ain't here,
You're not going to hold her.
you're not going
You're
to
not going to hold her attention. That is what is more important when you're dealing with a sister that has a proper knowledge of herself. When you're dealing with an idiot, you understand, you're slumming, you're out there slumming with these asteroids that have no atmosphere and cannot reflect light, then
You get drunk.
yeah, a lot of these sisters, a lot of these sisters in the 80s became attracted to the drug dealers. They wanted that money. They didn't care that he's throwing rocks at the penitentiary door or dodging bullets to get it. They wanted money, and if he took a bullet and died or got a bid, they were out with the next drug dealer that was probably his partner anyway. You understand? And that's what they wanted. They would go from one to the other. You understand?
Meteorites.
But that's their asteroids. That's what the hell they are. That's my word for them now. Asteroids. And I don't care what their name is. You understand? It could be Queen, whoever. If you're an asteroid, if the shoe fits, wear.
I love it.
However, because it's what's in your brain. You understand? It's what's in your brain. You understand? But the brothers want someone that looks a certain way. You know, yeah, the sister may be pretty. You understand? She probably got a weave. You understand? understand? You're paying for her to get her nails did. You understand? And nothing wrong with that. But I paid for mine to get done. And actually, I'm now learning how to do them myself. You understand? I watch YouTube. Well, I did get lazy because I found a place in India that makes Islamic garments. Oh yeah, and I won't tell anybody the name of it. I told this one sister, I said, I love you, dear. I said, but that best part I keep it for myself. Because I don't want you walking down the street with the same.
Oh, you ain't right.
They don't have enough variety for us both to use it. No. And I share anything else. Don't ask me for my legacy recipes. Do not ask me for my bean pie recipe or my carrot cake recipe. Hell, no, you're not doing it. You gotta pass it. You understand? Or ask me to borrow my pot.
You gotta pass it. Come on, go.
I am. I'm putting it in a cookbook for my granddaughter, my son, for my people. I've got it on a flash drive. I have it on a tablet in my kitchen, and I've got a password on the tablet, so you can't go in my kitchen and look up my recipe. Oh, yeah. Certain things you gotta keep for self. You understand? Certain things you keep for self. But, the brothers are not, they talk about drawing the sister up to her fullest equality. Some of them draw what up? What are you drawing up? This is an asteroid. She has no atmosphere for you to draw anything up in. Did you not see that? What is in your brain? They didn't just become that way overnight. And then you want to, after they get rid of this part, and they realize what they've got, now you want to complain. You have what you chose. And you will be held hostage by your choices in life. We all have made some choices that have held us hostage. You understand? Definitely. You understand? But you're with her now for so long, and you're upset that she won't submit. But that was not part of the criteria when you got with her. Now all of a sudden you want her to study lessons?
Too late.
When you met her in the club, did you tell her that I'll be your man and I'll be with you, but my culture mandates that I have a black woman that is capable of teaching my baby and capable of teaching whomever? Because the babies are not the only person you're supposed to teach. That's the priority, but it is not the limit.
No.
Whoever you come in contact with, you should never leave them mentally dead in the same state that you found them in. Give them at least one jewel that's going to permeate in their brain. If you've done just that, you have done your job.
To me, you know what it is? Like, you're right, everything you said, I agree, I have no problem with it. But now, if you look at the state of the nation now, we're not a young nation anymore.
And that's why
So what I'm saying is, well,
but it's going to be hard to turn it around.
14,
It's going to be
right?
hard to turn it around
That's what I'm saying.
because it's become learned behavior and it's become accepted.
And that's what it is too. And then when you get a certain age, right? Some people just happen to have somebody. This is what you see a lot. Because when you get up there and you like 60 plus, you know what I'm saying? But they don't even park. I can deal with that. They go to church, but they don't even park. I accept that.
But that's why they park on the go-go.
For you.
They don't park on the go-go. When I told the brother, I said I could come walk through your kitchen and tell you what has pork in it, that she's feeding your babies and you don't even know.
Well, yeah, if she don't know, she don't know. But the thing is, and there's not really examples here anymore.
And that's what I was
So
saying.
that's the thing. There's no family. There's rarely a 5% family.
That's
You go
what
to the
there
park.
was. There was family.
Yeah, at one
And
time.
then when I had a conversation, like I was saying in my conversation with Sousa, and I said to her, would it have been different? I told her, I said, it makes me me, to some extent, I told her, feel guilty because I've been to the mosque. While I'm nation building in the mosque, I could have been there. There's definitely skills and talents that I could have been teaching my younger sisters. I could have been an example. You understand? And, you know, I told Cypher, I said, I don't have a problem with coming. I told her I love coming around because I had started coming to the show and proof. And then I, you know, Cypher invited me to a ball, not to a ball. I went to the 50th anniversary, I had to be there. And, you know, and I started then, you know, slowly coming around more so. And I told Cypher, I said, I love the sisterhood. And I miss the sisterhood. I definitely do miss it. I said, because in the Nation of Islam, there is the discipline, but to me, I had a greater love in the family. And I remember Sister even saying to me, she said, you know, you sisters that came from the family, you all love each other. You have a bond. You know, you have, I said, well, the group of sisters that you're looking at here, we have known each other since we were teenagers. So, you know, we have definitely spent, you know, time together. To this day, those are that's my close social equality. Even though they're in the mosque, it doesn't matter. You know, I was just with them in Atlanta, Georgia last week. You know, that's my family for 40-something, almost 50 years of sisterhood. You understand? And I told them, I said, I feel that perhaps the reason why we had a stronger sisterhood is because we didn't compete with each other. Our motto was each one teach them. And we lived that. We didn't compete with each other. We didn't fight against each other. We learned from each other. And we brought to the table our individual talents. And collectively, you know, we exchanged that. You know, we exchanged that. And like I said, my example, my older sisters, Queen Shamika, you know, Queen Cypher, Jockey Nasia, I always heard these are sisters that had men, that had babies, that had apartments, that were living MGT and GCC on a daily basis. I came out of my mother's house more or less sheltered. I didn't know anything about taking care of babies. None of my friends had babies. None of my friends had their own apartment. It's not until I came into the Chinatown that I was around sisters that had babies, that had apartments, that had men, that are actually living out those 7 units of MGT. And that's who I learned from. You know, and we didn't compete. And I told the sister that I think possibly because the mosque had rank, you know, and maybe to some extent competition to acquire rank, and then to have to, you know, fall under a chain of command, that may, and I said I may be wrong, but this is just my assumption, that may be it. Whereas in the 5%, we were on the same level. There was no captain in the past. There wasn't that competition. You know, people bucking for position. You understand? But I think what has destroyed the sisterhood to some extent, to me, I find now that the sisters in the 5% are somewhat competitive. And it's like, I don't know if it's competing, but I said they're probably competing for the few viable gods that's left. Those that are not lying, crippled, or crazy. or it's a situation where everybody wants to be the one that, and that was my idea. That was this, who gives a damn whose idea it was, as long as you do the word. Who cares? Roll up your sleeves and get, I don't care if it was Queen so-and-so's idea. I don't care. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm from the Malcolm X school of thought. By any means necessary, as long as it make it happen. Being it is. That's how I think. I don't need recognition. As a matter of fact, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not one, generally, other than like if I'm speaking privately to somebody, you don't hear me speaking publicly like this. As a matter of fact, this must be, where's Justice Hakim? He must be in his element, loving this. Because he's like, Tanika, you need to get up and speak in the parliament. I said, wait for it. Me get up in front of people and speak? He's like, but you can you. I said, yes, but I don't like public speaking. I don't like people looking at me, and, when I'm up there and I'm wondering how I look, and that's not me. You understand? Unless I get heated about something. Somebody say something, But I'm also from the time when Earth didn't speak at Parliament. So I'm kind of like a dinosaur compared to the modern Earth. Because I'm also what would be considered a chauvinist. I'm not with liberation and, I find that some of the sisters too are trying to compete with God. You are not God. You've got sisters that have a problem. I've heard sisters have a problem with the statement that they're secondary. Why do you have a problem with that? Secondary only means that you are the second in a series after the first. Why must you feel that because you are classified as being secondary, that's belittling you? Now, maybe the term secondary but necessary should be changed to secondary and necessary because it's a different connotation.
Okay, but let me say this. Maybe it's the secondary instead of just second. You see what I'm saying?
It's the same thing.
But I don't know, secondary, the
secondary
connotation,
means that you are the second in a series.
But to say secondary, meaning like, when brothers used to say secondary.
It's the same thing as saying the woman is wisdom.
But you can't.
Is that not the secondary?
You can't be secondary and necessary at the same
yes, you
time.
Can.
Why not?
Why can't you? You most certainly can. Yes, you can. Secondary does not mean that you are not.
Either you're primary or you're not.
Secondary could be.
No, you are not primary. The first man is the original man.
County call.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this.
You are I bear witness that the black woman is the second self of the law.
Okay, but see, that's not secondary because.
And to me, that denotes greatness.
Because the black woman is also primary. We're both primary. Because the two genders
cannot both be the same thing because the law of physics, two items cannot occupy the same space.
Right.
We have a different space. We have a different space. We are not lesser beings. We are different.
No, right, but see, it's
we
all
are
about content.
And too many women are trying to be God. You are not God. Chick, sit down and acknowledge God.
Acknowledge God.
I respect that sister's bill, man. That sister bill brought her bill from the origins of the teachings. You differing with that. Like, you know what I mean? Listen.
I'm different. No.
Knowledge God.
I'm different with the term secondary.
Like Muhammad taught it too. That the black man who is a law is self-created. And the Quran says that Allah needs nothing. So it's not out of need that the woman was created. It was out of his desire to have a being that bear witness to his greatness. Bear witness to the greatness of the black man. Is that not knowledge God? Is that not queen?
That's right.
Okay? So it's how you look at it. And I do not feel like a lesser being because I am that. I feel that I am natural. I know my nature.
See, you have what you call the giver and the receiver. Of course, the giver will be the first party, the receiver will be the second party. But they're both primary. Like I said, the two genders complement each other. Man cannot exist without woman, and woman cannot exist without man. You show me a man that don't have a belly button. Show me a man that did not come through the womb and did not have an umbilical cord.
So in other words, you're saying that the woman is first. That's basically what you're saying, right?
That was not given the seed of life. She didn't give it herself.
You just said that.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't say. See, that's what I'm saying. I never said anything like that. I said they both are primary because one cannot exist
I don't say they're both necessary. That doesn't say primary. Primary or secondary does not indicate value. Necessary indicates value. Both are necessary. I do not think that both are primary. The black man is the original man.
Yes.
And if he is the maker of the earth,
Let's
then
keep
he
it right
made
there.
himself first before he
Yeah, let's
made
keep it
the
right
earth.
there.
The
Let's stay right
only
there.
thing- The only thing that I would say that he made before he made himself is his physical climate, because he had to stand on something when he had two legs. But I don't look at secondary as being a diss. I don't see it as being a diss. I see it as being right and exact. I was taught that the black man is the maker and owner of the black woman, which means he was here first.
See, that's, I can understand, we've talked about
That means that he
But
was
that's something
primary,
that's
he was
hard to
primary,
do.
and I am now secondary.
cannot
And your
scientifically
seed
prove that.
understanding is 3, and you wearing out mathematics. It's 3. So if the seed is tertiary, is that seed where we say the babies are the greatest, are that because they are third in a sequence? Does that make them even lesser than the secondary being? No, they are greater. So primary, secondary, tertiary does not indicate value, it does not indicate worth. It indicates a sequence.
That's a beautiful bill, Queen. Thank you for your bill. Who's
You're
your
not
dog?
taking me, are you?
Who's your dog? You?
Oh, I'm just standing up here looking good.
You got this?
I won't say that, I won't say that. I haven't had a garden in years.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
I see why. Nothing against you, but the bill that you gave was unadulterated. It was very
Well, the
clear.
average black
I love
man
that bill.
cannot, a brother would have to come correct.
Right,
He would have to come
right, right.
because, I'm not, at this point in life, I don't want any more science projects.
Right.
Like a sister said to me, she said, well, Queen, get an 85% and teach him. I said, I've been there, done that. No more science projects. That raised my blood pressure. You cannot make a black man who does not understand that he is God bear witness that he is God.
Facts.
Maybe, but.
No, you can't do it, y'all. You can't do it.